Welcome to episode 52 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to reveal what Gant used to move Goodman's body. The screwdriver. Now, for those of you who don't remember the screwdriver, this showed up in part 36. It was this very screwdriver that Edgewood put back into the evidence room. Now, if you stop and think about it, he had no idea that there was a corpse in the back of his car. However, it just dawned on him that Gant asked him personally to take the screwdriver and bring it back to the evidence room. But first, he had to go to the prosecutor's office from the police station to get the screwdriver. And here's the thing. Gant actually had Edgeworth unknowingly carry Goodman's body over to Lana in the prosecutor's parking lot. Which, by the way, led to the events which led to Lana getting citizen's arrest at the hands of Angel Star. So, with that said, he was trying to pin the blame on both Lana and Edgeworth, but primarily have Lana take the fall. So on that note, there is the picture way back in part 34, because guess what, folks? That's the picture that Angel Star took of Lana being in front of the car. However, she wore the detective's coat in order for her to stab him in. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Gant had the ability to withdraw from testifying. This was back in the last part where he mentioned that he could do that. And by the way, if you press certain statements that took too long, he would have done it. And that would have led to a game over. However, since he's invoking this, I think that settles it, that means he's guilty. But that also means he's just not testifying. Yeah. This was literally a game to Gant. And Gant just changed the rules. However, the judge mentioned that he can't just casually throw around the right to refuse to testify, because there are risks that is involved with that cause. If that's the case, then this trial took a whole different dimension. However, he can't just do that. This may come back to bite him in the ass later, but at the same vein, with him leaving, everything that we just presented would basically be conjecture until proven otherwise. And here's the thing about that proof. He knows you have it. Oh, you're in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. This is the part right here that is a BS part. If you have concrete proof and you present any evidence, you're probably going to be hit with a lot of penalties. You're still going to get a penalty anyway, so you're going to have, I have no proof yet. But that penalty's not going to count, because Edward will try to stop it. But if you show evidence, yeah, the evidence is going to basically hit you really, really hard for, Gant. On that note, if you've been penalized, I think 3 times because it's a 3-bar penalty, and you can't find any evidence on Gant, well, guess what? You're done. So on that note, we're gonna have no choice but to accept this penalty.
Objection!
Or do we? Well, now the tables have turned. For you see, now that Gant no longer is able to testify for now, that means questioning Lana is all the questioning that we're gonna have, because now Gant can no longer testify. He can't interject or intervene in any way. In other words, Lana will have to reveal the truth, and reveal the truth she must. So, on that note, we're gonna have to show off Lana Sky's picture, or else face a 2-notch penalty.
Take that!
Ah, man. We really don't need that much penalty, seriously. And, yeah, she was under the underground parking lot at 5:15. And she was trying to dispose of the body, but instead, she stabbed her hand with it and made it look like she's the one that stabbed Goodman, to try to turn herself in. So now the court is taking a recess. And just as the court is about to go into recess, Chief Gant decides that he is going to interrupt one last time. He's just giving a warning. And that warning is anything he does is going to be for Neil Marshall's, is pretty much going to blame Emma for Neil Marshall's murder. So on that note, he's talking about a lunch date. So, on that note, we will now be going on a recess. But let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get absolutely crazy now. The game's not over yet. You and Edgeworth will still have to expose a lot of things, and we're gonna have to bring Lana to the stand. And finally force her to talk. So, on that note, Gumshoe makes a actually not funny joke about asking to work at our office. But to be honest with you, he'd be working for less than what he's working for now. So, Gumshoe is pretty much wondering how Gant managed to get away with this. Well, guess what? Again, I mentioned he revoked the right to testify. In other words, those risks mean that we could talk to Lana and finally make her talk. That means Lana won't have to worry about things being too hasty or too hard on her, because she will end up telling us everything she knows. Hopefully. It's gonna be a hard way to go. But I can assure you one thing. We will find out exactly what needs to be found out, because all this time Lana was being blackmailed into doing something, when in reality there was no need to blackmail anyone. It was all gonna come back to haunt Gant, like just about every serial murder he may or may not have caused. So on that note, at least we know why she's so cold. She started to become an intern for Gant, and she only did it because she wanted to make sure that Emma had a nice school life, and also she was able to pass the bar without any problems. So on that note, we're gonna bring Emma in the courtroom one last time, so we can finally see the look on Gant's stupid face when we finally bust him and get the perpetrator once and for all. Although it's gonna be probably another part before that happens, I will say this: we will be running into different and more dangerous parts of the trial, because again, that last part can be an instant game over. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is RVman985. See you all next week, as parts 53, 54, and 55 are all going to be next week. I'll see you guys next time.